Hi, we're Blair and Nikki Richardson. We're based in Scone, New South Wales. Our business is breaking in and pre-training racehorses, and also our love is basically riding eventers.
I certainly wanted to be a professional rider the day I left school. I was away at boarding school and came straight home to ride horses. My older brother Gordon was pretty much my mentor, and he'd spent 3 years with Heath Ryan and got me going, and I have never looked back.
Yeah, I think I did. I didn't really want to go to university or anything else after I left school. I probably wasn't that great at school and didn't know what else to do. So I lived next to the Nicholsons in New Zealand, and I went over and worked for Andrew and spent time in the UK, and I don't know what else to do now anyway. I couldn't go and do anything else. If I didn't do the horses here, I wouldn't know what I could go and do.
Oh,
I'm good at everything.
Good at everything.
I clean up, I do all the cooking, and
he's good at washing up. I must give him that. He's really bad at shopping or cooking. If he goes shopping, he comes back with chocolate and rum, and that's pretty much
mustard for the steak, knickknacks, but otherwise I don't shop. She's a clean freak, and
well, that's a good thing.
Yeah, she's pretty clean, whether we're at an event or just in the house at home. She is a clean freak.
I think that more annoys him than anything.
I can't walk inside with my boots on without being told off 10 times a day. I suppose I had a little horse spend up a few years ago that went around Adelaide, and he was just this little hot thoroughbred that talented,
yeah.
And I just loved riding him, and he was on a New Zealand Trans-Tasman team and listed for WEG in 2010, and
for New Zealand, not Australia.
And I will never change. People ask me to get Australian citizenship, and I'm too much a Kiwi. I love being here and I love Australia, but I'm a Kiwi through and through. So I suppose he was probably one of the best times in my career, and took me around a lot of events, and was a horse that I just had a great partnership with, and just loved riding. Every day I never had to feel that it was an effort to hop on and ride.
My biggest achievement would have to be getting on the Atlanta Olympic team in '96. It's a very long time ago, I know, but it was a kind of a very cool story. When I came home from school, we had this horse in the paddock that my brother had started off. My parents actually bred it out of one of their stock horse mares, joined to a polo pony stallion here in Scone, and he was no good at polo. He was a bit tall and lanky, so I got to take him on after Gordon had started him off, and 4 years down the track, he got me to the Olympics. So that was definitely my biggest achievement. I won Taupo 3-day event in '95, and then in '96 before the games I won the Lochinvar 3-day event, which gained my selection for the games. So definitely that lead up and the Olympics has been my biggest thing. My next biggest achievement is having my children. They have been, a massive highlight of our lives. And then our third achievement, I reckon, is setting up this business where we are. We've been here for 10 years, and we've got a really good breaking in and pre-training business right in the heart of the horse capital of Australia.
Yeah, we're surrounded by some good staff. We've got a nice group of people around us, and it all works well.
Going into the opening ceremony in the Australian uniform, I was 22 years old. Blew me away. Just talking about it now, I'm covered in goosebumps. amazing feeling. And then when I actually got to compete, I was an individual, so the Australian team had already competed and won gold. So I competed the afternoon for my dressage, and all the Australian fans and the other riders everyone was on a high, and I went in there and I did quite a good dressage test, and as I came out I could see all the flags waving in the stadium, and it was very cool. Like, just you can never forget that feeling. I think with certainly my Bates saddles relationship started after the Olympic Games. We did have a manager at the time who got together a group of people, a group of riders, and he introduced us to Bates, and I think that was only maybe 97, 98 that all kick-started, and we met Emily Bates, and we also met Ron, and it's just developed more and more over the years, and just have an amazing relationship with everyone at Bates.
Look, we've
Well,
had a great time.
He was a ring-in.
Yeah, I came in later on, but look, we've had a great partnership with Bates, and even turned into a friendship. And even Emily has been over and was babysitting Charlie when he was this big, and they've been great supporters of ours, and we love working with them. And it's more of a friendship with Bates, and we've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Well, I was sent an orange one, and when I got it out of the box, I was a bit apprehensive, and I was like, oh, gee, look at the colour. And I hadn't seen, I'm the sort of person that doesn't take a huge amount of notice at events as to what people are riding, and there are other saddles with different colours, and I didn't even know this at that point. So I get my saddle out and go,
very observant.
They've put an orange trim around my saddle. That's interesting. Anyway, I got a horse and I hopped on it, and I'd literally gone 10 metres, and I could feel that I felt that Bates had probably made their best jump saddle to date. And I rang Brett I rode in it, I got off, and I rang Brett and Kai and told them that I thought it was a great saddle. Now I really like the orange, and I've noticed that there are a lot of different coloured saddles out there, but I really like my orange saddle, and I love it. I love the Victrix. I just love the way you feel so secure in it, and your lower leg position and the seat, how they developed the seat in it, I think is great. Probably 5. I think there's another one coming. Yeah, 5, and I love them, and I just haven't gone back. Since that day, I haven't ridden in my elevation, as I just rang and got some more, and have loved it that much that I just ride in them. Even when I'm schooling someone's horse, I just put it on, and probably wearing it out very quickly.
Yeah, I've ridden in the Victrix, and I had no choice to ride in it after Blair had jumped in it. So I can just reiterate exactly what Blair said. It is a lot closer contact to the horse. The leather, the Luxe leather is, I'm the biggest fan of this Luxe leather because it's very sticky, and I certainly feel like I'm not going to fall off as easily. And yeah, it's there's nothing in the way. It fits snug around the horse, and I'm very happy with it too. When I first saw it, I was a little bit apprehensive. I really liked it, but I had ridden in the Innova mono flat saddle with the adjustable block, so I was going to be interested to see how I felt in it. And again, when I was walking to the arena, I could feel that my calf and my lower leg was more wrapped around, closer to the horse, and I really liked the seat in the saddle. It wasn't too dissimilar to the Victrix, which I love riding in, and if I'm even doing a bit of flat work in my jump saddle, I find it comfortable to do a bit of flat work in my Victrix. So the more I rode in
in the new saddle.
Artiste,
that's it. The more I rode in the Artiste, I was accustomed to the block. We actually moved the block. When I rode my second horse, it felt much better. I just moved the block a bit more forward, and it was very comfortable. Loved the seat, and I said, and the way the flap sits against the horse, your calf, you feel that your calf is right in on the horse.
So I rode in the Artiste saddle today too, and first impressions, very comfortable. I think I got on and said, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to sell this saddle to every housewife, just purely because of the comfort. The blocks are really soft and squishy. They're not really hard, that don't mould to your leg. I think they do mould to your leg. The actual seat felt quite deeper and softer and closer to the horse's back than all of the other saddles, and very, very comfortable and very easy to go out and compete in straight away.
Yeah, I think I'll be happy to just put on a brand new saddle at an event and just ride in and go and do a dressage test. You can sit trot in it. You don't feel as though you have to wear the saddle in. You just go. It's so comfortable.
And the wearing in with the new leather or the luxe leather, it doesn't need wearing in. It's already soft. I've put my hand up for one. Thank you.
So Nikki can do some more work and school our horses, Charlie and I. And
Beach. In. Olympics. Geldings.
Cross
Dressage.
country.
Base. Jacket. Thoroughbred.
Triple.
Triple
you can
bar.
go faster at it.
Vertical. Apple.